All right. Let's begin with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Shikshashtakam. cheto-darpana-marjanam bhava-maha-davagni-nirvapanam श्रेयः कैरव चंद्रिका वितरणम विद्यावधु जीवनम आनंदांबुधिवर्धनम प्रतिपदम पूर्णामृत स्वादनम सर्वात्मा स्नपनम परम विजयते श्री कृष्ण संकीर्तनम नामना कारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमितः स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवं विदृश्य इह जानीनानुरागः तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिनामानदेन कीर्तनया सदा हरि न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद् भक्तिरहितुकी त्वयि ऐनन्दतनुज किङ्करं पतितं मां विश्वमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजस्थित धूलीसदृशं विचिन्तये नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गदगदरुद्धया गिरा पुल्कैर्नचितं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायतं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रवृषायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां विनष्टु मामदर्शनान् मर्मातां करोतु वा यथा तथा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः. We are reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 2, Adi-lila, Adi-lila, chapter 2. And last time we stopped at text number 97. Today we will read from 97 till the end of the chapter. We have discussed some of the technical things, like the 3 types of Vishnu, Karanodakshai, the one who is the cause of everything, who lies in the causal ocean. Garbhodakshai, and then the who lies in the universal womb, Brahmand. And then Kshirodakshai, who is living in every living being, that Vishnu. This body is called the Kshira Sagar, because 70% of this is salted water, blood, running in everywhere. So Vishnu living in this body is Shirodakshai. And we learned the meaning of Narayan, the one who has taken residence in the group of all Naras. Naras means human being, living being, is called Narayan. Now, today we are going to understand more about Krishna's Shaktis. When Krishna comes, understand, even though, if you're reading about any male gods, the right word to represent is Purusha avatar. Purush. Purush means male. His Shakti is always there. It is apparent, but maybe in the books, when the male avatars have been described, the Shakti avatars are not given much importance, but they are always there. Those who read scrutinizingly, and the way the Guru has asked them to read. When I read, I see those words which are conveying the right meaning. For me, words matter a lot. That's how I tell all my kids, my students also. Try to understand the word. If you understand the word, there'll be a whole new meaning opening up. So when we talk about Bhagwan, now we are talking about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We're talking about Krishna. We think, oh, Shakti is not there. She's hiding somewhere. But she's always there. Always there. Without Shakti, Krishna Bhagwan cannot do anything. The human beings, Shakti is the female aspect. Male aspect and female aspect. So Purush is the male aspect. Shakti is the female aspect. Or another name for female aspect is Prakriti. Another name for female aspect is Maya. Yoga Maya. So the female aspect is always there, the male and female. These two aspects are always going to be there. Without that, nothing can happen. Even when we say Brahmaji is creating the Brahmand, have you ever heard man creating? We have always seen when we are in the world, the woman is creating. But can the woman create alone? No, she needs the man. Man is the seed-giving father. So both the energies are there together. Similarly, it may appear Brahmaji is creating. Brahmaji has his own Shakti, Jnana Shakti. It may appear Vishnu is taking care of everything, but he has his own Shakti, and that is called Lakshmi. It may appear that Rudra or Shiva is the one who is destroying the world, but no, he has his own Shaktis. So without Shakti, the play cannot go on. Shakti is hidden, and sometimes Shakti is prakat. Prakat means manifested. So now what we are going to learn is about the Shaktis of Bhagwan and some more incarnations of Bhagwan. We are going to understand that. We also learned about the Bhagavatam, that Bhagavatam has 10 main aspects to it. So that those Puranas, we discuss these 10 main subjects. Those Puranas are called Mahapuran, and Bhagavatam has all those 10 subjects, namely Sarga. Sarga is the first creation. First creation is obviously when the Purush and the Shakti, they think to create. So Sarga. Then after their creation comes Brahmaji. Brahmaji creates another creation. For Brahmaji to create, materials, ingredients are given to him. So all these ingredients are created beforehand itself. Who is creating it? The Purusha, along with the Shakti. That Purush will call as Vishnu, Karanodakshai Vishnu, along with the Shakti, with Maya. And the first tattva that will be created will be Mahatattva, and then from there, Ahankar, and from there, 3 more, Satoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, and from Satoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, Devatas are created. All the 11 organs, the sense organs of action, mind, all these are created. And then all these ingredients are given to Brahmaji. Okay, Brahmaji, now you are the creator of the universe. You be in the picture, you be in the front. You are the hero now. Create. And Brahmaji creates. So the story goes on in every universe. All right. So that is called, the secondary creation is called Visarga. And then there is Sthana. Sthan means everything is placed in its proper order and is maintained. Like the ocean. This whole earth has 7 oceans. In all the oceans, as I told you, 70% water. And all the oceans do not cross their borders. Imagine if 70% of the ocean, they just cross the border and they just come on earth. What will happen to all of us? A tsunami. Everything is maintained at its own position. And everything is maintained in its order. Nothing crosses each other's boundaries. The earth is full of nutrition. Every plant gets the nutrition that it wants. Like you take a patch of land and you grow carrots, you grow potatoes, you grow beetroots together. Why does the beetroot become so red and you cut it and the juice also becomes so red? Why is the carrot having the red color but not giving the juice of red color? Why is the potato the red potatoes also, by the way? Why are the potatoes red? But when you boil, they become white. They were all grown in the same patch of land. They took the nutrition from Mother Earth. But all three of them have distinct qualities. You grow radishes, they'll have radishes also red. They're red radishes. And white radishes too. So why the white radish is white radish and the red radish is radish? What happened? Why are they not interfering in each other's patches? Nature is that intelligent. Everybody has been given a place. The fishes are created to live inside the water, to maintain the eco-balance. There are fishes inside the oceans to keep the balance. Reptiles inside the earth. Amphibians on both water and earth. There are ants, bugs, insects, some eating each other, some. Everything is being maintained. How? That is, and being given a place, a proper place. That maintenance is done by Vishnu. Sthana. Poshana. Everything is being fed. You're not going and feeding the animals in the jungles, are you? You're only bothered about feeding your family. And that to your immediate family. We are living in a world where, when we have we are not living in joint families anymore. The families are becoming nuclear and nuclear because it's becoming harder. Who is feeding the animals in the mountains of Tibet, Amazon? Who is doing all that? That is called Poshana. And then this is also discussed in the Srimad Bhagavata. And then the Uti. Uti is the urge of creation. Everybody has the urge of creation. Not just human life. We have children, that is one creation. But every day there are no new inventions happening. We take the same material provided to us, what was provided to Brahmaji. He created this universe. We take the same material and we create different things. For example, I'm speaking to all of you in different parts of the world. Some in Dubai, some in UK, some in Australia, some in New Zealand, some in India. At the same time, I'm talking to all of you. This invention. There was an urge to create this. Making use of the ether, the space. So this urge, from where did it come and who has allowed this urge to happen? Why was Zoom not there many years ago? Why it happened only in this yuga? Because this yuga is becoming more complex and people don't have time. So the urge of creation is called Uti. This also giving, Uti means, Uti is initiative power. That is the cause of all inventions. Whatever time is, however the time changes, those inventions will be created. So that is the cause of all inventions according to the necessities of time, space, and objects. This is also discussed in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Then one more thing is discussed is the Manvantar. So the Manus, the incarnation of Manus. So that also is discussed. Then Ishanu Katha. Then in all the Manvantars, when Bhagavan incarnates, his Leelas are discussed. And then Nirodha. Nirodha means the winding up of everything. That is discussed. And then Mukti, liberation, is discussed. And then the last thing, Ashraya, that is shelter. Shelter of everyone. After Mukti is done, where do all of us go? And while living, whom should we follow? So that is called shelter. So in Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, all these 10 aspects are discussed, and that is why it is called Mahapuran. Another Puran which I mentioned is a Mahapuran, is a Devi Bhagavad. So here in our Bhagavad Puran, we are talking about Purush incarnations, and in Devi Bhagavad, we talk about his Shakti incarnations. They both are there. Without both, the male and the female, both have to be there. And then only all these things will happen smoothly. Also, Srimad Bhagavatam described one thing, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, that the one who came, he has many incarnations, but the one who incarnated 5,500 years ago was Bhagavan himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he is the Ashray, he is the shelter of everyone. Ashraya janite kahi, ei na padartha, ei na vaira utpatti, hetu se ashrayartha. To know distinctly the ultimate shelter of everything, that be, I have described the other 9 categories. The cause of the appearance of these 9 is rightly called their shelter. Krishna eka sarvashraya. Krishna is the shelter of everyone. Krishna eka sarvashraya. Krishna sarvadham. He is the abode of everything. Krishnera sharira sarva. Vishvera vishram. Krishna's body is the shelter for all universes. All universes rest in his body. Dashame dashamam lakshyam ashritashya vigraham Shri Krishnakhyam param dham Jagat dham namami tat. This quotation comes from the commentary of Sridhar Swami's commentary on first verse of the 10th canto. The 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam reveals the 10th object, that is Bhagavan Shri Krishna, who is the shelter of all surrendered souls. He is known as Shri Krishna, and he is the ultimate source of all the universes. And let me offer my obeisances unto him. Krishnera Swarupa Ara Shakti Traya Jnana Yana Hayetanara Nahi Krishneta Ajnana. One who knows the real feature of Shri Krishna and his 3 different energies cannot remain ignorant about him. So now, this statement is very important. Understand this. Krishnera Swarupa, knowing Krishna and his 3 energies, Shakti. Krishnera Swarupa Ara Shakti. Ara means and Shakti. So those who know Krishna's Swarupa, Krishna's form, and his Shaktis, how many Shaktis? Shakti Traya, Jnana, 3 Shaktis. So those who know Krishna and his 3 Shaktis. Yana Rahaya Tanra Nahi, Krishneta Ajnana. Those who know these 3, they now know Krishna completely. I told you. Krishna and his Shaktis go together. Those who know this, know the knowledge. Krishna is the shelter of everything that we know. So who are these Shaktis? How is he working? He says, he goes on explaining more. Krishnera Swaruparhaya Shadvidha Vilas Prabhava Vaibhava Rupa Dvivibda Prakasha. He says the Krishna enjoys himself in 6 primary expansions. So Vilasa means the expansions. And those expansions are broadly divided into 2 categories, Prabhava and Vaibhava. So Krishna is the original. He expands himself. Those expansions are called as Vilas. Vilas is, to enjoy. Okay. So it's like the husband wife, they are 2 first. And then they expand their family. Why have you expanded your family? For enjoyment. Your family carries your genes. So it's your expansion. If you die and your kid goes and takes his DNA, the DNA will say, oh, it is matching with the mom or the dad. It's your expansion. So Krishna is the original. Along with his Shakti, he has expanded himself. That expansion in Sanskrit is called Vilasa. Expansion is called Vilasa. Now, that expansion is further divided into 2 categories. Broadly, Prabhava, Vaibhava. Now, what are these? I'm going to read the purport. Now, the author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita turns to a description of the personality of Godhead Krishna into his innumerable expansion. The Lord expands himself into Prabhav and Vaibhav. The Prabhav forms are fully potent, like Sri Krishna, Sri Rama, fully potent, come to do all the 3 things: annihilating the demons, delivering the devotees, and establishing the religion. So these are Prabhav. Bhagavan has come himself to do the work. Then the Vaibhav forms are also there. The Vaibhav forms are manifested in relation with the excellences. The potent Prabhav manifestations are also of 2 types, temporal and eternal. Now they're giving examples. Mohini form, Hamsa form, Shukla forms are manifested only in temporarily in terms of a particular age. Bhagavan Vishnu took Mohini form. So it was required at that time. It was Vishnu himself. He changed himself into Mohini for some time. So that also is Prabhav. There are other Prabhavs who are not very famous according to material estimation, and they are Dhanvantri. So Rishabha, Vyas, Dattatreya, and Kapila. These are all Bhagwan's Prabhav incarnations. With full potencies they have come. And then there are Vaibhav Prakash. The Vaibhav Prakashas are Kurma. Kurma just came to kill some demons. Matsya, Naranarayana, Varaha, Hayagriva, Prishnigarbha, Baladeva, Yagnavaraha, Vibhu, Satyasena, Hari, Vaikuntha, Ajita, Vamana, Sarvabhauma, Rishabha, Vishwaksena, Dharmasetu, Sudhama, Yogeshwara, and Brihadbanu. So these are his Vaibhav expansions. Then he goes on describing now. Amsha Shaktya Rupe Vividha Balya Pauganda Dharma Duita Prakar. And then he says his incarnations. are also called as Shakti-avesh avatar and Amsha avatar. Shakti-avesh avatar means empowered beings. Some acharyas who are empowered, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, they came. They were empowered beings. Prabhupada, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, empowered beings, Swami Vivekananda. They were given special powers. Shankaracharya. Whatever they wrote, whatever they spoke, Kabir. People are still researching on them. And every time you read, you'll find something new meaning to it. So these are empowered people. So Bhagavan in Gita says, whatever great you, anything great, magnanimous you see, magnificent you see in this world, it is a spark of my splendor. So all these are like Shakti Avesh. Bhagavan's Avesh is there, Bhagavan's Shakti is there. So his incarnations are of two kinds, namely partial and empowered. He appears, when he appears, he will be only in two stages, childhood and boyhood. So the Vilas forms are 6 in number. Incarnations are of two varieties, namely Shakti-avesh, empowered, and Amshavesh, partial. These incarnations also come with the category, within the category of Prabhav and Vaibhav manifestations. Childhood and boyhood are two special features of the personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, but his permanent feature is Nitya Kishore. Always an adolescent youth. The original personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, is always worshipped in this Nitya Kishore form, eternal adolescent form. Kishora Swarupa Krishna Swayam Avatari Krida Kare Eichaya Rupe Vishwabhari Eichaya Rupe Haya Ananta Vibheda Ananta Rupe Ekarupa Nahi Kuchu Veda. Bhagavan Shri Krishna, who is eternally Nitya Kishore, eternally in his youthful age of 16. He does not cross that age ever. He is the primeval Lord. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Bhagavan Shri Krishna expands himself into all the 6 categories to establish his supremacy throughout the universe. In these 6 kinds of forms, there are innumerable varieties. So broadly, again, so these are the 6 categories. In that 6 categories, there are many incarnations. So the personality of Godhead manifests in all of them, and there is no difference. In these 6 different features, what are they? Prabhav, Vaibhava, Shakti Avesh, empowered incarnation, Amsha Avatar, partial incarnations, childhood, and boyhood. So if you see Bhagavan Shri Krishna as a baby, Krishna, he is not an ordinary baby. He goes and does Damodar-lila and then goes and delivers Yamla Arjun. He is a small kid. Not even in his boyhood. He goes and dances on the Kaliya Nag. He goes and kills Shakatasur. He is just very small and goes and kills Kamsa. He is protecting all the inhabitants of Gokul, Vraja. So even though he is a boy, he is Bhagavan himself. And then he grows, comes to his age, forever 16. That's his age, forever 16. That is called Nitya Kishore. Always eternal boyhood. And the age between 12 to 16, when we just, adolescent to teenage. That's him. So, in all the avatars, it's Bhagavan himself. And he expands to do many leelas. So, here they say the personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, whose permanent feature is adolescence, enjoys his transcendental proclivities by performing pastimes in this 6 forms. In this 6 features, there are unlimited divisions of the personality of Godhead's form. The jivas or living beings are differentiated parts and parcel of the God, of the Lord. They are all diversities of the one without a second of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now I'm going to talk about Amsh Avatar. Amsh means part. So I can say my hand is my part. My eyes is my part. All these are my Ansh. And then I can also say my children are my part. My family is my part. So that also is my Ansha. My family is my Ansha. My body parts are also my Ansha. So Bhagwan's body parts are his Ansha, and Bhagwan's expanded family, which includes even us, are also Ansha. Bhagwan's body parts mean Bhagwan expands himself as Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Bhagwan expands himself as the various incarnations. These are all Bhagwan's part. And then we are created. It looks like Brahma created us, but no, even though Brahma created us, we are Bhagwan's part. So those things, like the eyes is also a part, and my son is also a part of me. Similarly, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, all are part of Krishna, original Krishna, Vishnu, Narayan, everything, whatever you say, are part of Krishna. And then he himself appears as a baby. He himself is. And then we are all created, human beings, animals. We are also his part. How is he playing all these roles and how is he enjoying? So to support that, how is this game going on? To support that, he has a Shakti. And what are those called? He says, Chicha Shakti Swarupa Shakti Antaranganam Tara Vaibhava Ananta Vaikuntadidam. He says, that Shakti is called one Shakti. Antaranga Shakti means internal Shakti. Another name for that internal Shakti is Chitta Shakti. So Bhagwan is doing so many Leelas. He is present in front of us. He is playing in all the living beings. At the same time, he can be in Vaikuntha Loka, playing with all the Lakshmis. At the same time, he can be Goloka, playing with Radharani and the Sakhis. He's everywhere. Same time, he might be incarnating in some place we don't even know. How is he doing it? All, he says, Antaranga Shakti, his inner Shakti. The Chit Shakti, which is also called as Swarupa Shakti, that is called as Swarupa Shakti. Or Antaranga Shakti, his internal Shakti. Innermost, Antaranga, innermost Shakti. Displays many varied manifestations. It sustains the kingdom of God and its paraphernalia. So everything is being maintained by this Chitta Shakti or the Antaranga Shakti. Like, for example, Bhagwan created this universe and there are 9 planets. There is a moon, there is a sun, there are so many stars, and we see hanging in the sky. This big globe, Earth, is also hanging in the space. Who is doing all this? So there is some Shakti. Chitta Shakti, Antaranga Shakti. The power of that Shakti is maintaining everything in its place. Bhagwan is enjoying his Leelas, but his Shakti, the Antaranga Shakti, is maintaining everything in its place. Then comes the living beings. Us. Who are we? We were created, right? Mountains have taken their own space. Water have taken their own space. There are living beings inside the water. There are beings, living beings in the mountains. There are living beings in the desert. There are living beings in snowy areas. Everywhere. Things we see, things we don't see, bacteria we don't even see, they are also living. Viruses, we don't see. We see airborne animals. Sometimes, So many jivas, so many living beings are being created. Who is doing that work? And in Gita, Bhagavan says, these living beings, I am the seed-giving father. But they are also created because of the Prakriti. So I am the seed-giving father and Prakriti is the mother. And we have both together with us. We have a higher consciousness, our soul consciousness, and then our bodies are created because of the Prakriti, which is going to die one day. So there is a Apara Prakriti and there is a Para Prakriti. There's a lower Prakriti and there is a higher Prakriti. Prakriti is nature. We have a lower nature and we have a higher nature. Our lower nature is like in being in mode of passion and being in mode of ignorance. And our higher nature is being God conscious, Krishna conscious. So that Shakti, which is maintaining all the living beings, and we are on the border. We are human beings. So we are on the border of being animalistic and being divine. So that border is called Tata. We are maintained by that Tatastha Shakti. We eat food. That becomes our energy. We have fire in the belly. That fire in the belly will digest the food. Gives us all the energy. The same fire in the belly gives us the enthusiasm to work, to survive, to live. The fire in the belly is very important for everything. If our energy is spent only in eating below the navel and below eating, mating, sleeping, defending ourselves, procreating. If the energy is only spent below the navel, then you are more living like an animal. But if the same energy, if it rises above the navel, you're thinking of God, higher things, you're connecting to God, then you are going to your divine nature. Everybody is being maintained. Every living entity is being maintained by this energy. That is called as Tatastha energy. Animals, you see a lion, it's violent by nature. But it won't go and attack anybody and everybody just because it wants to attack. It has a violent nature, a fierce nature, but it will attack only when it is hungry. Or if he has to defend himself. He won't go on attacking people. And he just like that for fun, even though his nature is like that. So who is that who is not allowing that animal to become violent and maintaining that poise, tatastha? It's in every living being, that tatastha energy. So one was Antaranga energy. Antaranga energy is Bhagwan's energy, which is maintaining his entire scheme, his Vaikunthas, his Brahmandas, universes, everything is going in his proper scheme, proper way. That is being maintained by the Antaranga Shakti, which is Bhagwan Shakti, so that whatever enjoyment he is doing, nothing gets disturbed. And there are human beings, living beings. They are all maintained by the Tatastha Shakti. So here it says, Jiva Shakti Tatasthakhya Nahi Yara Anta Mukhyati Na Shakti Tara Vibedha Ananta. There's one more Shakti. Maya Shakti Bahiranga Jagat Karana Tara Vaibhava Ananta Brahmande Ragana. Then there is Maya Shakti. So Bhagwan's Antaranga Shakti, Bhagwan's Maya Shakti, Bhagwan's Tatastha Shakti. So Antaranga is which is maintaining his spiritual world and everything. Then this Brahmanda, this whole universe. The one that is maintaining this whole universe and the show in this universe. The show must go on. So the director, producer, the one who is maintaining this show is Maya Shakti. And within that Maya Shakti, the one who is maintaining the living beings is called Tatastha Shakti. So Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, which is called Maya, and Tatastha Shakti, which is maintaining the living beings. You must understand this, because this is what they will talk. They'll use this word many a time. So Antaranga is Bhagwan's own inner energy, like Krishna's energy is Radharani, Chitta Shakti. Vishnu's Chitta Shakti is Lakshmi. Shiva's Shakti is Shakti, Gauri. Brahma Shakti is Saraswati. So all of these are their Antaranga Shaktis. Bahiranga Shakti is Yoga Maya, Maya. All the plays going on because of her. And then we have our own Tatastha Shakti, because we have our own Chaitanya, our own consciousness. So we have our own Tatastha Shakti. Same Shaktis you are into this three. All right. So now let's go ahead. The internal potency of the Lord, which is called Chitta Shakti or Antaranga Shakti, exhibits variegatedness in the transcendental Vaikuntha cosmos. Besides ourselves, there are unlimited of numbers of liberated living beings who associate with the personality of Godhead in his innumerable features. The material cosmos displays the external energy, in which the conditioned living beings are provided all liberty to go back to Bhagwan after leaving the material tabernacle. So the Shvetashvatara Upanishad informs us, na tasya karyam karanam cha vidyate, na tat samas chabhyadikas cha drishyate, parasya shaktir vividaiva suyate. So swabhaviki jnana bala kriyacha. The Supreme Lord is one without a second. He has nothing to do personally, nor does he have material senses. No one is equal to him or greater than him. He has unlimited variegatedness, potencies of different names, which exist within him as autonomous attributes and provides him full knowledge, power, and pastimes. Text 104. Eimat Swarupa Gana Aratina Shakti Sabhara Ashaya Krishna Krishna Sabhara Sthiti. So now this we say these are the three Shaktis, and Krishna is the center of all. They are all emanations from Krishna, and they have their existence in him. Yadyapi Brahmanda Ganer Purushashaya Sei Purushadi Sabha Krishna Mulashaya. Although the three Purushas means same, those three Vishnus. Although the three Purushas are the shelter of the universe, Lord Krishna is the original source of the Purushas. Swayam Bhagwan Krishna Sarvashaya Parameshwara Krishna Sarva Shastrakaya. He says, Bhagwan, Shri Krishna, is the original Lord, Supreme Lord, primeval Lord. He is the source of all expansions, all the revealed scriptures, except Shri Krishna as the Supreme Lord. Ishvaraha Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme controller. Ishvara means controller. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Krishna is the supreme controller. And what is his form? What is his Vigraha? Sachidananda. Eternal, blissful, spiritual body. That is his body. So we have a spiritual body. Anadir Govinda. He is Anadir. Means he's always existed. He is the original. Adir. He has no other origin. And Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the reason. He is the prime cause of all causes. यही सब सिद्धांत तुम्ही जान भल मते तब पूर्व पक्ष तब पूर्व पक्ष कर आमा चलाही ते. Now Kaviraj has come to, he has given so many proofs, so many things. He's like, please understand all of this scriptures, understand the conclusion of all the scriptures, and do not argue with me anymore. He's like, and that happens. Sometimes people are so half read, or they have just heard from somebody something else, and then they'll come and argue and logic, because without reading the scriptures, without understanding the scriptures, they have heard something somewhere, and then they'll come and put their logic and argue. So in the end, Kaviraj says, I have given you so many proofs. Don't agitate me further. Understand the conclusion of all these books. Do your own research. When I was growing up, so we have grown up in India saying that Vishnu is the supreme. When I first myself heard that, oh, you guys are saying Krishna is the supreme? From Krishna all the incarnations has come? No, that is not the correct statement. I have myself argued because I had not yet read the Bhagavatam. So the person from whom I heard, I argued with that person so much. No, you're telling wrong. And he's giving me all the proofs and I'm not ready to accept. How come you are changing everything? But as I myself started doing the research, delving into the scriptures, yes, this Krishna who came 5,000 years ago, he was named Krishna, but he is the original Bhagwan. What the Vedas refer as Bhagwan, he is the original Bhagwan. Take away the name Krishna. Then when you say Bhagwan, Bhagwan means, who is that Bhagwan? Okay, you will say Krishna. His original name is Bhagwan. He is Krishna. In Golokadham also he is called Krishna. It took a lot of time, lot of self-study, scrutinizingly, when I studied the scriptures. Then I came to the conclusion, whom am I arguing with? Can I argue with Vedavyas? I can argue with every human being. They might be incorrect in their decision, their conclusion. But when Vedavyas himself says, Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam, the highest authority has said, then whom am I going to argue? There's no argument left anymore. I accept it. Throughout the Gita, Ved Vyasa has referred Bhagwan Sri Krishna as Bhagwan Uvacha, Bhagwan Uvacha. He never says Sri Krishna Uvacha. He says Bhagwan Uvacha, Bhagwan Uvacha, Bhagwan Uvacha, Bhagwan Uvacha. He uses various names for Krishna. Hey Govinda, Hey Madhusudana, Rishikesha. And we know the one who spoke was Krishna. So then you can correlate. Yes, Krishna is Bhagwan. Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. What are we arguing on? So same thing, Kaviraj has come to the same point. He's like, I have told you all the things, all the conclusions from all the scriptures very well. You create all these logical arguments just to agitate me. Say Krishna Avatari, Vrajendra Kumara, Apane Chaitanya Rupe Kaila Avtara. Now with all the proofs I am telling you, that same Lord Krishna who incarnated as the king of Vraja, as the son of king of Vraja, he has descended personally as Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ataiva Chaitanya Gosai Paratattva Sima Tanre Kshiroda Shai Kahe He Tanra Mahima. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya is the supreme absolute truth. To call him Shirodakshay Vishnu does not add to his glory. Seita Bhaktera Vakya Nahe Vyabhichari Sakala Sambhave Tate Yate Avatari. But such words from the lips of a sincere devotee cannot be false. All possibilities abide in him. He is the primeval Lord. All other incarnations are situated in the potential form in the original body of the primeval Lord. Thus, according to one's opinion, one may address him as any one of the incarnations. कृष्णा के कहाए कहे नर नारायण केहू कहे कृष्ण हय Sakshat Vamana. Some say that Krishna is directly Narayan. Others say that he is directly Vamana. Some say that Krishna is the incarnation of Kshirodaksha Vishnu. None of these statements is impossible. Each is correct as the others. के हो कहे प्यो पर व्योमे नारायण हरि सकल संभवे कृष्णे याते अवतारी. Some call him Hari or the Narayan of the transcendental word. Everything is possible in Krishna, for he is the primeval Lord. I offer my obeisances unto the feet of all who hear or read this discourse. Kindly hear with attention the conclusion of all these statements. Siddhanta baliya chitte nakara alasa iya haite Krishna lage sudrida manasa. A sincere student should not neglect the discussion of such conclusion, considering them to be controversial, for such discussions strengthen the mind, thus one's mind become attached to Sri Krishna. So he's encouraging also, you must argument, do the debate, but you have to do it sincerely to understand the conclusion and not to just show how intelligent you are. So I'll read the purport. It's a very beautiful purport. There are many students who, in spite of reading the Bhagavad Gita, misunderstand Krishna because of imperfect knowledge. And they conclude Krishna as some historic personality. Just now I told you. You forget that constantly Vyasa is saying, Bhagwan Vacha, Bhagwan Vacha, Bhagwan Vacha. And then you will say, and there's a mistake that will happen, your logic. Oh, he's talking about Bhagwan. Bhagwan inside Krishna was talking. Because Bhagwan is Nirakar. But no. You have read part of it. Now go and read the Srimad Bhagavatam, where he has given the conclusion. Krishna astu Bhagwan Swayam. Well, he wrote the Mahabharata. Ved Vyas wrote the Mahabharata. From the Mahabharata comes the Gita teachings. After that, he was restless. He had written 17 Purans. He was still restless. And after Mahabharata, he was very restless. Mahabharata is considered Pancham Ved, fifth Veda. So you should be happy now. You created Veda. And you have compiled everybody, okay? Varun Puran, Matsya Puran, everything you have compiled. Now why are you restless? He goes to Saraswati Nadi, river, sits there and meditates. Why am I restless? Why am I restless? I need some answer. I need some answer. And then his Guru Narad Muni comes and tells him, you are restless because you have not glorified God who incarnated as Krishna. You told about him in Mahabharata, but it only appears like salt in some food. Food is enjoyable because of the salt. So somebody, if they ask you the ingredient, you will tell all other ingredients mainly. But all the other ingredients are useless if the salt is not there. So the main ingredient is the salt. Everything else cannot make the food tasty. So he said, you have explained dharma, 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 dharma. In Mahabharata, in every character it is there. The fight is going on. But you didn't explain. You didn't talk about the real dharma. The dharma purush, the one who establishes dharma, who had come to do all this work, who came masked as Krishna. You forgot. You didn't explain about him. So now, simply glorify him. Then your heart will find peace. And then Vedavyas took the pen and started writing them. Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam has the essence of all the Puranas, all the Vedas. I actually started reading the Purana in the reverse order, I'm telling you, frankly. Because to me, they all appeared like stories. And at times, they were very illogical. So I used to read and... But when I read Srimad Bhagavat, and then when you start reading the characters, okay, then because of Bhagavad Purana, I started going back to the other Puranas. I read Agni, I read Matsya, I read, just to see the connection. Padma Puran, just to see the connection of the characters. Who are these characters? How are they mentioned in the other Puranas? Then Devi Bhagavad Purana, I read. Oh, the stories are almost the similar stories. Almost. All Puranas will have similar stories and with some deeper connections, some other connections. I read Garga Samhita. Same stories. But nothing like Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, the one which we are reading in Hindi. So this book, Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, the 18th Purana, is a conclusion of all his other Puranas. It's the main thing that has to be given, the essence that has to be given. And after writing the 18th Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam, yes, he was like so satisfied, he just threw away his pen. He's like, done, I'm done. I'm no more writing and done. Now resting. That is why this Srimad Bhagavatam is so important. You read it, you'll get the essence of everything in a very small span of time. So he wrote Mahabharata. From Mahabharata came Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, he has told Bhagavan Uvacha, Bhagavan Uvacha. But we read Bhagavad Gita and we get confused. We say, no, Krishna, we do some other interpretation. We say Krishna is a human being. Inside him, Bhagavan was talking. But the same Vyas went further to write the Srimad Bhagavatam, where he concluded openly, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is Bhagavan. There is no difference between Bhagavan and Krishna. And Bhagavan, he concluded, though for those who say Nirakar Bhagavan, formless Bhagavan, he is saying, Vedavyas is saying, the highest authority is saying, there are many incarnations of Bhagavan. So many Amsa Avtaras, so many Kala Avtaras. Ete Cham Sakala Pumsam, Krishnastu Bhagavan. So that Vedavyas, highest authority of knowledge. Are we challenging him by saying, no, these avatars are, no, they are just Brahma. They are all one. Well, in one aspect, yes. They are not Nirakar. They took akars. They took forms. They came. They have come from one source. In that sense, you can say, yes, they have come from one source, and that is Krishna. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. His conclusion is in Srimad Bhagavad. So when we correlate all this thing, okay, join the dots. Then you come to your own conclusion. And then the logical mind is now satisfied. Okay, I accept. Krishna is Bhagavan. Till then, you'll go an origin. Till I have been a big, argumentative person. I argued a lot but I admit to it. It was my lack of knowledge. I had not dived down into the scriptures. So here, that what Prabhupada is saying, I agree with that thing. I was that person once upon a time. Reading the Bhagavad Gita, understanding Krishna to be a personality, to be just a historical personality is not the correct interpretation. This one must do. One should be particularly careful to understand the truth about Krishna. If, because of laziness, one does not come to know Krishna conclusively, one will be misguided about the cult of devotion. That is why people do not understand bhakti. Like those who declare themselves advanced devotees and imitate the transcendental symptoms sometimes observed in liberated souls. Although the use of thoughts and arguments is most suitable process for inducing an uninitiated person to become a devotee, neophytes in devotional service must always be alert in understanding Krishna through the vision of the revealed scriptures, the bona fide devotees and the spiritual master. Unless one hears about Sri Krishna from such authorities, one cannot make advancement in devotion to Sri Krishna. That is why you have to hear from the proper source. The revealed scriptures mention 9 means of attending devotional service, of which the first and the foremost is hearing from authority. The seed of devotion cannot sprout unless watered by the process of hearing and chanting. One should submissively receive the transcendental messages from spiritually advanced sources and chant the very same messages for one's own benefit, as well as the benefit of one's audience. When Brahma described the situation of a pure devotee, freed from the culture of empiric philosophy and fruitive actions, He recommended the process of hearing from persons who are on the path of devotion, following in the footsteps of such liberated souls who are able to vibrate real transcendental sound. One can lead to the highest stage of devotion, and thus one can become a Maha-Bhagavata. From teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sanatana Goswami, we learn Shastra Yukte Sunipana Drida Shraddhayanara Uttam Adhikari se Tariya Samsara. A person who is expert in understanding the conclusion of the revealed scriptures and who fully surrenders to the cause of Lord is actually able to deliver others from the clutches of material existence. Srila Rupa Goswami in his Upadeshamrit advises that to make rapid advancement in the cult of devotional service, one should be very active and should persevere in executing the duties specified in the revealed scriptures and confirmed by the spiritual master. Accepting the path of liberation, liberated souls, and the association of pure devotees enriches such activities. Imitation devotees, those who are imitating fake devotees, who wish to advertise themselves as elevated Vaishnavas, and who therefore imitate the previous acharyas but do not follow them in principle, are condemned, in the words of Srimad Bhagavatam, as stone-hearted. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has commented on the stone-hearted condition as follows. There are some devotees, who will just do drama, but not change inside. Don't do drama here. Whom are you showing that you are a great devotee? What do they do? Bhairashrupulakayo sator api yadridyam Bhairashrupulkayo sator api yadridyam na vikriyeta tad asmasaram iti ganishthadikarinam eva ashrupulkadi matve api asmas sararidyataya nindayasa. This he says, those imitation devotees, those who shed tears by practice, but whose hearts have not changed, are to be known as stone-hearted devotees of the lowest grade. Their imitation crying, induced by artificial practice, is always condemned. Be a real person. Cry when you feel like crying. Don't just do a drama to show to people. If your heart changes, the tears will flow naturally. The desired change of heart referred to above is visible in the reluctance to do anything not congenial to devotional way. To create such a change of heart, conclusive discussion about Sri Krishna and his potencies is absolutely necessary. False devotees may think that simply by shedding tears will lead one to the transcendental plane. Even if one has not had a factual change in heart, but such a practice is useless if there is no transcendental realization, change of heart, change of your nature, as written in the Bhagavad Gita, is important. False devotees lacking the conclusion of transcendental knowledge think that artificial shedding tears will deliver them. Similarly, other false devotees think that studying books of previous acharyas is unadvisable, like studying dry empiric philosophies. But Srila Jiva Goswami, following the previous acharyas, has inculcated the conclusion of the scriptures in the 6 theses called Shat Sandarbhas. So these books, Srimad Bhagavat, Bhagavad Gita, have to be read again and again, again and again. These are not any books on some empiric philosophies, some logical. There are some books which are so much based on logic, you will lose interest in them. You'll read it one time, it may sound very nice, but the next time you won't like it. But Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita No matter how many times you read. I must have easily crossed more than 100 times Bhagavad Gita at least. But even today, even like, any time, I open one page and my heart just fills with joy when Bhagavan speaks. Even that letter Bhagavan Vacha, if I read that, I'm like, wow, God, you're talking. Bhagavan Vacha. So one has to do this Swadhyaya regularly. False devotees, they'll say, oh no, you don't have to read book, you don't have to read scriptures. Maybe your scriptures are boring, that's why you're not reading. Our scriptures are so interesting. I don't, even if I don't take the name of God, that word Bhagavan Uvacha, I have said the name of God. Bhagavan. There's nothing else to do left. There's nothing left, everything is done. That's how beautiful the scriptures are. Read the Srimad Bhagavatam. You'll be drowned in the ocean of nectar. Every story, every word is so powerful. Every sentence is full of joy. You can read it again and again, again and again, again and again. And you never feel bored. Gopi Geet, I don't know how many times I've read it. First as sadhana, then in groups. How many times? Even now you tell me, I'll be like so excited. Oh, Gopi Geet. Yes, yes, let's do that. So excited. The bhava of the gopis. You just want to cry in front of them and say, just bless us. Mahatmya by Uddhav. I don't know how many times I've read. Kunti prayers. I went crazy when I heard Kunti's prayers. One whole year. Every day. Not say for the sake of reading, just to feel Kunti. Kunti's big heart. How Kunti is seeing everything. Kunti's vision. How she has seen Bhagwan. Wow. She opened a new world for me. Srimad Bhagavatam, I think Stuti, there are so many Stutis. It starts with Kunti Stuti. Bhishma Stuti. 9 slokas, but you want to read them over and over again, over and over again. The feeling, the love, Bhagwan's reciprocation, the whole adhyay. When Kapil Bhagwan speaks. Sankhya, oh my God, there's a different world open up altogether. Sankhya philosophy. And that too induced and infused with bhakti. Oh wow. I've never heard anything like this. I have heard about Sankhya philosophy, read about Sankhya philosophy. So many so-called scholars have written translations on them, but they are so boring, so dry, so dry. And when you read Kapil Bhagwan, full of love, devotion, and Sankhya in its full form, explaining the 25 elements of Sankhya Bhakti Yoga. Beauty of this Swadhyaya. I can do the same Kapil Upakhyan. I was teaching to people, but I have taken my own time, one whole session. Like I usually take from January to August, September, take classes. So I remember last year we took Bhagavad Gita, but before that year I came from India. The 3rd chapter, just the Kapil Upakhyan. I just took my own time. I was like, I am not going to, relax in this one. I am going to teach it. Because it was not the joy of teaching, it was the joy of learning. Every time I sat in front of him, and then he opened his, whatever the slokas he was reading, Bhagavan Kapil, to his mother Devahuti. The whole picture would be in front of my eyes. Ma and the son. I went to Kapil Sagar, Ganga Sagar. Literally, just to feel that energy. How beautiful. There's nothing dry in this Swadhyayas, in these books. Everything is so knowledgeable. You want to feel like reading them again and again and again and again, if you have understood it rightly from a devotee. So here, that's what he's saying. Prabhupada is saying, I agree with him. He says, people think by shedding tears you will find God. No. You read these books and then the tears will come naturally. And in these books, you will find God. Impossible that you won't find. Because you will have a change of heart. Here he says, false devotees, lacking the conclusion of transcendental knowledge, think that artificial studying tears will deliver them. Similarly, other false devotees think that studying books of the previous acharyas is unadvisable, like studying dry empiric philosophies. But Srila Jiva Goswami, following the previous acharyas, has inculcated the conclusion of the scriptures in the six called Sat Sandarbhas. False devotees who have little knowledge of such conclusion fail to achieve pure devotion for want of zeal in accepting favorable directions for devotional service, even by the self-realized devotees. Such false devotees are like impersonalists who also consider devotional service no better than ordinary fruitive actions. By such conclusive studies, I know the glories of Lord Chaitanya. Only by knowing these glories, one can become strong and fixed in attachment to him. Just to enunciate the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I have tried to describe the glories of Sri Krishna in detail. The conclusion is that Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the son of Raja, and praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Raghunatha, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi-lila, second chapter, describing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tomorrow, we are going to open up third chapter, the external reasons for the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we close with the conclusion that Sri Krishna is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tomorrow, his external reasons why he came. I'll just see your message and then we'll end up the class. Jai Guru Maha is a practicing devotee who is barely making it work in this material world. What should be the correct attitude when listening to the Bhagavatam or Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita? Obviously, the perfect way to read would be with so much love for Bhagavan, but until we get to that point, how should we approach our practice? Number one, just keep listening. That's all what Prabhupada is saying. Listen in the association of devotees, which you are doing right now, okay? And these stories and this, whatever has been explained has so much potency, okay, that it will change your heart. So listening with proper attitude. Secondly, continue your chanting. Chanting is a must. Okay? Ado Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sangat, Tata Bhajan Kriya. This is the three important steps. First, listen with Shraddha, with faith. Second, Satsang is important. And third, Bhajan Kriya. Bhajan Kriya means always chanting. Easiest name is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Just chant. That's all. These three things you do, rest everything will happen by itself. You don't have to worry about anything else. Okay? So yeah. All right. Hare Krishna. Oh my Krishna, so lucky. Thank you, Ma. You're welcome, Rajeshwari. Gaurav Ma, thank you, Ma. This Chaitanya Charitamrita is so full of love. Yes, it's so full of love of God. You will know more love will flow. Okay, all right. Okay, Jayanti, take care. See you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Krishna. Radhe Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna. Radhe Radhe. Thank you.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Ma. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Jai Shri Krishna.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.